Well, here we are, day 6 of being held hostage by Disney and or YouTube TV. I mean, you're going to get all kinds of answers, whoever you ask, whose fault it is. But I would say that the consensus, if you just ask people what they think, they're going to say it's Disney's fault, which, okay, I kind of agree with that. Makes sense why it would be their fault that ESPN, ABC, Disney, National Geographic, Freeform is off of YouTube TV. Last week, they couldn't make a deal, so all those networks were removed from YouTube TV, which is such a bummer because if you know and have YouTube TV, there's 10 million of us who do, by the way. YouTube TV has 10 million subscribers, paying, I think it's $82.99 a month. And that's if you don't have different packages added onto it. That's like the base line is like $82. So also if you have Sunday Ticket, you're not going anywhere because you're locked in through football season. So because they have the rights to NFL Sunday Ticket. So if you've paid for that with your YouTube TV subscription, you're stuck. I'm tired of not even buying. You don't own it, but leasing or renting streaming services, because let's be honest, you don't own any of this. You're just leasing it and watching it. But like this is what sucks about it. We've already got Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. Guess what that doesn't get you? It doesn't get you ESPN. It doesn't get you ABC, like live. It doesn't get you this stuff. I don't even know what's happening. I don't know what's going to happen. But where are you going to go? ESPN now has some stupid thing, ESPN Unlimited, where they've moved all this stuff. And that's at the least $30 a month, $300 a year to get all the ESPN networks. And they also now have a limited time bundle. You can get ESPN Unlimited, Disney Plus, and Hulu for $30 or whatever for a month for a year. And you get that bundle for 12 months. But so conspiracy theorists will say Disney's doing this to YouTube TV because they want everybody moved to their own streaming networks. How is this a win for Disney? Nobody wants to go buy or rent or lease more streaming services. People are already getting fleeced by all these streaming services. However many there are. There's hundreds of them. And in my comments on a post I had, people were saying, well, Fubo, is it Fubo? Fubo. Fubo was a clothing brand back in the day, I think. Fubo TV. Okay, cool. Guess who owns 70% of Fubo TV? That's right, Disney. Disney owns 70% of Fubo TV now. The other 30% is owned by shareholders. So, in other words, Disney owns Fubo. So, if you're ticked off and you're going to leave Disney and go to Fubo, guess what? You're still paying Disney. I don't know what the definition of a monopoly is, but this feels like a monopoly in a way. But maybe not because it's their own service and they're taking it off of YouTube TV or wherever and they can do that. I don't know. I don't know the legality, but it feels like a monopoly, but it might not be. I would need someone way smarter than me to come in and tell me that it is or isn't. But I'm curious now, we're 6 days in, how many people have canceled their YouTube TV subscription, which is a bummer because I honestly don't feel that it's YouTube TV's fault. I think Disney wants way more money than YouTube TV is willing to offer them. So they have to watch their bottom line. But as far as Disney goes, they have like ESPN. I follow all these ESPN guys that work for ESPN on Twitter. At the same time, on the same day, like I don't know if it was Friday or Saturday, they all posted out some tweet of, go to this website, mynetworks.com. And it's like the worst, weirdest website you've ever seen. They want you to go and go tell YouTube TV to make a deal. And no, we're not doing your dirty work. You go tell YouTube TV to make a deal, or you make a deal with YouTube TV. Disney? And it's so funny to me. It's like Disney, it's almost in the last however long, whatever your politics are, whatever it might be, it's like Disney needs to be in the news, but They want to be in the news for bad stuff that people get mad about, not the good stuff. Like, if you think back over the last however long, what has Disney been in the news for good stuff? Like, whether you agree or disagree politically or whatever it might be, but it appears and looks that every time they're in the news, it's negative. Like this, for instance, then you've got everyone flipped out about Snow White or whatever. And then Jimmy Kimmel on ABC, everyone flipped out about that. It's like Disney has this like fear of missing out of being in the news. It's like, oh, now that no one's talking about Jimmy Kimmel, let's screw over our customers who have YouTube TV now. Like, what's next? What's going to happen in December? What's Disney going to do? Nobody can afford to go to their parks anymore for a relatively cheap price, or an affordable price, I should say. It shouldn't be cheap. It's Disney. I get that. But prices to get into Disneyland just keep going up and up. I use Disneyland as an example because I live in Orange County, California, where Disneyland is. Like, even if this is what's crazy about Disneyland. There's one like annual pass you can buy that covers parking. If you don't have the annual pass that covers parking, you have to pay for parking every time you go, even if you have an annual pass. And right now, parking now for a day at Disney is now $40 a car. I don't know how many cars are going to Disney on a daily basis, but it's in the thousands easily. So, I mean, even if it's, let's just say it's probably not this many, but I'm really bad at math, but 10,000 cars go to park at Disney a day that have to pay this $40 fee. That's a lot of money. 40 times 10,000? Yeah. $400,000 just in parking. Is that right? Did I do my math right? Yeah. $400,000 if 10,000 cars go a day and have to pay $40. To get into Disney's so expensive now. Like, my family of 4, we used to have passes. We can't do it anymore. Like, you just can't. It's wild. And they're just going to keep pricing people out. I honestly, then Disney's not going to release this data, but I want to know how many people are signed up right now for this ESPN Unlimited whatever. Like, I just don't know what they're doing, why they're doing it. Like, nobody wants another streaming service. And I even went to look at like how much it would cost for just to get Cox Cable. It's like $60 a month to just get ESPN and ESPN News with cable is going to be that much. If I want all the ESPN networks on Cox Cable, it's like $130 a month or something like that. So then what? You get rid of everything and go back to basic cable? What is this circle that we're doing? Something's got to break at some point with streaming. Like, something has to happen where people have had enough. And I think we're getting to that point. If I was somebody who worked higher up at DirecTV or Cox Cable or something like that, I would fully be taking advantage of this right now. And I would be offering $100 a month to come over to Cox and to get, like, you know, the most channels you can get that don't include HBO, Stars, all those types of channels. But if you can get all of your ESPN, all the other normal channels for $100 a month, you would have so many new customers. Something's got to happen because people are tired of this. And I like the whole thing of all these ESPN people posting the same thing about the net, you know, keep my networks. Get out of here. Like, I don't know. It's wild. It's wild what's happening with streaming, where it started, where it is now, what's next. I know I talked about this last week, but there's 10 million subscribers on YouTube TV. And I'm guessing that Disney wants somewhere in the like billions of dollars. They have to, because to have their stuff on YouTube TV. I don't get it. I don't know what's going to happen, but if you are a customer of this and you have a subscription to YouTube TV, you can't be mad at YouTube TV for this, unless you're mad that they can't pay Disney what they want to pay. But on the other side of it, it's like Disney's bullying YouTube TV. So people just want to watch their sports. Like, I've talked about this before too. Like, sports are like a way to get away from all the other nonsense in this world, all the politics and all that BS. Like, to get away from that, people go to sports. People just want to watch college football. People just want to watch Monday Night Football. You couldn't even watch Monday Night Football this week if you had YouTube TV. Dumbest thing in the world. And I don't know, honestly, if Disney even wants to get this figured out with YouTube TV. Again, I have no insight to this. I don't know, but it's almost like they're testing the waters to see how many people will subscribe to their new ESPN Unlimited. And maybe not, but that's how it seems. That's how it feels from the outside looking in as a customer, is that Disney is just doing this to get people to come over to their streaming platform of ESPN Unlimited, which I hope that people stay strong and don't give in to the mouse. I hope that Disney and YouTube, or it's technically Google, I guess, since Google is the one who owns YouTube, but Google and Disney can come to an agreement of some sort. I mean, even if you could just come to an agreement to just get ESPN and ABC back. Forget ESPN News, ESPN2, ESPNU, ESPN SEC. I mean, those are a ton of channels that have sports. But even if you could just get ESPN and ABC back, people would be happy, I think. Think so. At least I would be. I would be okay if that were to happen. If YouTube TV could at least just get back ESPN and ABC. Because they can do that. Like, that's the thing with these other bundles you see on Cox and that kind of thing. Like, the one I was looking at only had ESPN, I think ESPN and ESPN News. It didn't have the other ESPNs. That's fine. Maybe YouTube and Disney needs to figure that out. I don't know, but customers don't want another streaming service they have to subscribe to. Like, why can't we just get what we want to watch all in one place if we don't want traditional cable or satellite? If we don't want Cox or DirecTV, why can't we just get something that we've had? YouTube TV. I could go on and on about this, but this is not a win. Nobody's going to win in this. I mean, customers have already lost. Customers are frustrated, trying to figure out what networks or what streaming services they might want to go to. And again, if you've locked into Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV, you're not going anywhere. Like, I'm not going to go buy another streaming service. There's no point. Something's going to happen. Something's got to break. I'm not sure what the full answer is. I'm not exactly sure how much Disney does want from YouTube TV to fix this. I'm not sure we'll ever know. I'm not sure we will ever know how many downloads ESPN Unlimited has and how many subscriptions ESPN Unlimited has. I don't know if that gets released whenever Disney reports earnings. It might. Guess we'd have to wait till then if it does. But I just know that the biggest loser in all of this is sports fans and YouTube TV customers. And I guess in a way, Google. And it's fully not their fault. I'm not holding them fully responsible. A little bit just because they can't make a deal with Disney, because I'm sure Disney came to them with a price and YouTube is saying nope, or Google saying nope. So I see that it could be their fault too, but I'm putting 90% of this blame on Disney, 10% on YouTube TV or on Google to get this figured out. And will it ever get resolved? Will Disney ever be back on YouTube TV? I don't think anyone knows that answer, and I'm not sure when we'll find out that answer. But like I said, we're already on day 6 of this nonsense, and one more weekend, one more Saturday of not having college football, a lot of people are going to be upset. A lot of people. Anyways, that's just my opinion and 2 cents on all this.